back to the channel, everybody. Today we're going to be predicting the future of the next updates to Way of the Hunter, including 1.23. That will lead into some concerns that I actually have that I sort of want to get into that involve a undocumented change to the game that is significant. What I'm doing right now on this rainy day on Nez Perce here is I'm actually going to a fast travel camp. I'm not fast traveling there, but I want to get out of the rain here for the video. But on the way there, I'm actually trying, I am hunting, but I'm trying to show the undocumented change on camera right before I get into it. This video I feel I should have actually scripted out, prepared for, which I never do. I always just wing them, but of course I realize I'm always too lazy to script anything out. So there is a bunch to go over in the video, and I am going to wing it just like normal, so hopefully everything makes sense. I'm recording the video actually the same morning that the video will go live. Typically I give myself a lot more time on it. But also all this info is nice and new, right up to date, that we'll be going over. 2 days ago, just a short 2 days ago, I was trying to think of an idea for the next video here, and I had a good one. I'm just saying to myself, I have enough info, enough experience with the developer history to do a good estimation. Oh, here we go. Just a second here. This might be what I'm trying to show if I can actually find it. Nope. Okay, it's not gonna. It's not gonna be what I need. Yeah, I'm gonna keep getting distracted. I have enough info where I think I can make some good, educated guesses on what's on a lot of people's minds on predictions. I got no insider information on updates or anything like that and when they're coming. However, I do feel like I have a good grasp on when we should expect to see things. That was until very recently. So then my idea for the video changed because all of a sudden there's a bit of a hole in my predictions here, and for the first time I feel a little uneasy, a little bit of concern about the update cycle here. I'm hopefully my concerns are not warranted, but I do have to disclose that I do feel for the first time a bit uneasy about the update cycle here. And hopefully you'll understand why in a little bit, and hopefully the concern is not really warranted. So hopefully I'm wrong. But yeah, anyways. So what I will do is I'll go through what I was predicting, and then I'll tell you why it changed here. But I'm gonna fast forward time here to get out of the rain. Oh, and I should say there was a new build on the dev branch that dropped yesterday. This is what kind of surprised me a little bit and has raised some of my concerns. Even though I like the undocumented change, which I'll get to in a bit, it is what sort of brought some of my concerns here. And of course, I'm trying to do a serious video and I got two big bull moose out here. This will completely side-rail me here. But I might actually be able to use them to explain the undocumented changes here. Yeah, so before this build update, I was like, okay, a nice little happy video on predicting the updates coming up here. Now, to be fair, this isn't supposed to be like a negative video or anything like that. It's mainly just a basically a balanced video. In these videos I always try to be balanced. I don't try to put the game down or anything. I try to showcase all the unique good things about the game, all the details they have, trying to figure the game out and everything like that. But I also don't hold the bugs back because I can't quite I don't want to hide anything. I want to show in the videos what a genuine sort of hunting experience in the game is like. Both the good and the bad. Now overall, I really, of course, really enjoy the game. But yeah, I do have some concerns, so I'll try not to keep going in circles here with my blabbling, and sort of get on with the predictions, because that is one of the interesting parts. So 2 days ago, I was predicting that the update would be released on a Thursday. So that should be 2 days from now. So May 25, I guess. So if this build update didn't drop, I would have said, oh, we're getting it Thursday, next Tuesday by the latest. Because to me, the dev build, from what I seen, was nice and smooth. And typically, if the dev build that they have out is smooth, it'd be released the following week. It was a good estimation on it. But this new dev build, even though it's good, has sort of confused my predictions a little bit, because it's I don't know, if you follow that logic, it's pushing the update back even further, which I hope they don't, but I'm kind of confused on how they can keep doing build updates on the dev branch and still get this out soon, which is where my concerns kind of squeak in here, that this is a long time between updates. But I am getting ahead of myself. I do want to do some of the more exciting update info here right at the start here. So if I didn't have these concerns, I would have said, I'm predicting update on Thursday, latest next Tuesday. But just to put that aside for a minute, because now I just don't know. I do want to get into the next DLC in the update, because at this current update cycle, man, how many times can I say the word update, right? At this current cycle, what they're doing with the updates, it would, we're looking at least 2 months between these. I'm trying to think another word for updates. 2 months between these things. Right, so that's putting us at the end of July, like for the next one, end of July and into August, which is the time frame for their next DLC, which is their next map. So we're looking at this current pace, no further updates until the next map, which is also good and bad, but it raises more predictions for what's actually going to be in this next update, or the one after this one, to the DLC. And quick sidetrack here, right in the top right corner, you're going to notice the undocumented change. If it appears on the screen, I'm getting a call from a moose 280 to 300 meters out. So that's going to put him about 290. I can't get eyes on him. But I'm getting a little sidetracked just for a second, because I did want to show this in the video just so you can see. I hope it shows up in the video just because it's a kind of small font. But what we're seeing now in the current dev build is an undocumented change. As far as I can tell, it wasn't stated anywhere. The new dev build fixed some audio stuff, but I'm starting to see other things that were not mentioned, and the concern is that this isn't intended, and it's going to create yet another dev build pushback on the update. So you can sort of start seeing where my concerns are. I like the change that you can hear these guys out farther. So this is probably 290 if I could get a read on them. But my concern is it's not intended, and they're going to have to do another dev build and keep pushing this update back. So you can sort of start seeing where my worry is. If they keep doing dev builds and keep having little problems. Just so you know, this is a short range one. I've had these little audio bubbles call out to close to 400 meters. I think my max is 370 meters that I could detect a bull moose. I haven't done a whole lot of testing. I've seen screenshots on the Discord. I don't remember the animal, but I think it was a different animal, so I don't think it's like animal specific, but I'm not sure. But the point is, I've had an animal call 370 meters out and pick up on the little audio bubble thing here. So I'm guessing it might actually be all the way to 400 meters. At first I thought it was 350 meters, but I definitely got a 370, so I'm thinking it's all the way out to 400, which I'm okay with the change. My concern is it's undocumented and was not revealed to anybody in the dev branch, as far as I know, and yeah, it raises concerns. Like, if this was a updated and changed by mistake, they're gonna have to do another build to fix it then. And then I'm concerned what comes in that build that they gotta fix, right? You can kind of see this update's been so long in between. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think it can really keep getting pushed back without bumping into this next DLC update in 2 months. Right now, they're kind of if they're aiming at 2 month sort of time frames, they're gonna start bumping into that, right? But I am glad I was able just to sort of show that, because that'll create some conversation in the community if that's a good change or not. Increasing the range, I think it is. But yeah, back to my little prediction thing, because this is sort of interesting here. If you don't know, or maybe newer to the channel, there have been rumors and everything like that about the next DLC. Some of them pretty accurate. This video is not supposed to create a whole lot of rumors or whatever. I originally wanted to be a fun video where I predict just to see how accurate my predictions are. And while I'm going this way, let's see how far that one was. Oh, I don't even know where it's coming from. Oh, down here. Okay. I was going to check out these guys just because they were close. Yeah, but the prediction for the next map, so we're looking at, I think they'll do sort of the same thing. They'll have the new DLC come out, and at the same time, they'll have a big update come out. So this is after this 1.23 coming out. So first things first, the rumor still is, and I think it's a fairly accurate one, but who knows? I think it's fairly accurate, though, that the next map's going to be Africa, mainly because of that article that was leaked quite some time ago. It did seem like it's fairly, probably fairly reliable for the rumor anyways. That, and that we have the zebra painted UTV in the game. And my other prediction is, this is more like what I want to happen. Since it's Africa, I want to return to the River storyline and get her good friend River back. Just because I think we should continue on with River, even though Jackie's a fine character and everything like that. Maybe they'll just make a new character. But I think a lot of the community actually think River's kind of funny now, and it's kind of attached to him because of the original storyline. I think they should send him to Africa and kind of go there, continue his storyline. Searching after what his mother did in Africa, right? Finding maybe continuing that storyline with the elephant and the rhino and figuring out what happened when she was there. I think that would be interesting. Oh, and somehow, did I spook them? Did I spook you guys? Oh no, they're right there. There should be a bull. Oh, I did. How come this one's not running then? Oh, I think they did run. They were just coming down to this little lake to have a drink here. I wanted to see the bull moose that was here, but oh well. The problem with me going this direction, flanking around these guys, is now the wind's going to be blowing at them. But you know what? I'm not really too concerned. They're big, but I got my little rifle with me, so I don't think the wind will be too much of a factor when I get out in the open here to look at these bull moose. So the next prediction with the update, because there's two parts to it, right? There's the DLC map, predicted to be Africa, and then there's what's going to be in the content update that comes along with it. Look at that, 330 meters out, which certainly makes it easier to discover these guys, which I like. I'm fine with it. What's going to be in the next content update? Because there was something on the roadmap earlier that still hasn't been released yet. At least I'm fairly certain it was on the roadmap. It's the interchanging of the ammunition between rifles and buckshot and slugs. That's presumably coming with that, and that has not come out yet. So my prediction is, with that update, is going to be this big ammunition change. Now, I don't really know what's involved in it. The original reports were sort of like they'd be able to take the same rifle models in the game and then just put the different ammunition in them, but I have no idea how that's going to work. Can you just pick any ammo and put it in, or is there going to be new ammunition types? So this could be a very positive change. especially if they get slugs and buckshot in for the shotguns. So that is what I think is going to happen with the next update. As I come up here, I'm thinking these guys are going to be catching my scent. Just want to see if there's an old one. He might be old. I think they smell me. Not a big surprise. I'm just going to keep calling out here. Oh, who's this? Is this another one? Well, you can do the old trick with the drone camera here. Change the field of view. Wrong way. Do a bit of a zoom. The young cow there. Oh yeah, here they are. These guys must be the big guys. Heading off in that direction. And where were... so I'm zoomed in too far. Oh, there we go. Yeah, see, it's looking pretty aged. I might take some of these guys because they look low fit. And then swing around for these guys. These guys all look mature, which is cool. I just made a mistake earlier where I took down a couple high fit younger ones. Yeah, so that was my prediction. I think early July, first week of July, maybe second week of July, they're going to want to ramp up the marketing for the game with the new DLC. I think that's when we'll hear about the official release on Africa as the map. Now, remember, I don't have any special insight or knowledge or anything. Could be completely wrong. This is just my prediction. I just want to see how accurate I might be. I think they're going to want to ramp up the marketing for it because Africa is going to be such a big advertisement, right? It's going to be a big pull, especially if they do it really well. Which sort of brings me to back to my points of being concerned here. Look at them look at me here. There's two ways to look at this with regards to how long the update cycle is. Let's actually take one of these guys out. And that is the wrong weapon. I got the 7mm, so you gotta be really specific here. Or specific on the shot location. 150. But it was working fairly well on the other ones I take. Let's try and quarter one way in. Oh, I want them out of the water, though, so I can see the blood easy. Ah, let's just find out here. What do we got on the blood? Oh, big wrong button there. Yes, I think I got a good shot in there. Alright, we'll give him a second to go down. So there's two ways of looking at this update coming up, which is a quality of life update. One, if you were planning, nice long-term development of the game, this is exactly kind of what you do. You'd really want to polish what you have, and get all the basics sort of polished up and ready to go for Africa, right? And they don't seem too concerned from what I get from player counts, things like that, which is a community sort of concerned. The game definitely needs a large player base to sort of continue and create revenue and keep the game going, which we all want. So on one hand, doing this kind of update, making sure it's all right and good quality is exactly what they need to do. And you can, that's on the one side of it, they can afford to do that and not be so concerned because they know what's coming down the pipeline, right? If they know their Africa DLC is going to be really good, knock it out of the park, gain all sorts of, marketing hold and get a lot of player base in, then that sort of adds up. While they're not, too concerned, they know what's coming down the line. And if they know that Africa is really, really good, it's going to bring in a lot of new players, then that would make sense. While they're sort of, they're doing sort of the less exciting stuff now to just make that Africa update that much more better when it hits. On the other side of it, this is just where my head goes when I get, I'm kind of a little worried, which I don't know. I kind of hesitate to even bring it up. But if you look at the other side of it, I mean, if Way of the Hunter didn't do well enough, this is also sort of what you would see. You would see a pullback on resources, and you would see longer time frame between updates. And if they were only going to do the 1 year and release just Africa, this is sort of what you would see. You would see a quality life update, and then you would see Africa to sort of pull in the last big run of revenue for the game. I hope that's not the case. I think we all hope that's not the case, and maybe I'm over worrying, right? But that doesn't mean there's just two sides of it. Either they're holding back right now just to make sure that new DLC is just a big smash hit sort of thing, or a small part of me is like, I don't know, they pulled resources, and it's the resource pull is what's taken its toll on why this update's taking so long to come out. And then that's it is a concern in my head. I just hope it's not really not a real concern. Again, I don't have any extra knowledge in it. It's just my 30 years of gaming or whatever and experience and watching games come and go and kind of things like that. I really hope they that it's what the community manager is saying, that they're in it for the long haul, and that this is the quality of life update. Just making sure that Africa one, again, I'm assuming it's Africa. The next DLC is really, really good. Let's pick this guy up though. So this is 7 mil. So just if you're curious about hunting moose, I've done lots of videos on the different rifles before, and I use moose as an example. A lot of people won't bring the 7 mil for like a moose hunt, but as you can see, it could do just fine. I've actually done 3 successful shots in a row with the 7 mil, all single lung shots. 34%. Okay, so we knocked that guy out, and that's good. I do want to find where these bigger guys went. So it is a bit of a ramble on sort of video, but I actually, it was being like just through the days, it was sort of, this stuff was just going through my head, and I sort of wanted to make a video just to share some of it. I have to kind of go through it in my head to make sure I got out all the stuff I wanted to talk about. The other thing I wanted to mention, I didn't bring up Archery. So with the next content update, with the next DLC map, I'm just going to use the drone camera here. I know some people don't like it, but I'm just going to use it for now. Yeah, I think they might hear me. Yeah, hello guys. Oh, here you are. Yeah, they're all kind of alert here. Is the next content update where I'm thinking with the next map is the ammunition sort of change. It might actually be Archery, right? And if it was Africa and Archery at the same time, that would also make sense as to why they're quite confident with the future of the game, because an Archery in Africa combo would be fantastic. Send a river off to Africa with his compound bow. But I'm not sure that it would be coming next update. Again, not trying to make rumors or anything like that. It's just me thinking through what could be coming, right? If the next update's just the ammunition sort of change, maybe some new weapons, who knows, I would then predict that Archery is the first update that comes after the map update, like the next DLC update. Oh, and looky here, this guy's right out front. Here, do you want to stop? Because I can put a crossbow shot in him. Oh, 70 meters. Can I get closer to you? Good old Adventure Ranger. Oh. I can try it. I actually didn't range. Oh, lots of wind too. Here, I'll just mess up this shot here. I didn't actually range the dots on this yet. I did the other one, not this one, not the Apex. 50, so he's like 63 or something. That's probably going to be the first dot. Wind heavy right. Let's just see what happens here. Oh! Fantastic. Just an estimation there. Shot. That actually caught me by surprise. I did this earlier. I didn't actually think the Apex did a instant lung knockout of moose, like a drop. I was always thinking if I hit them with the Apex, they would run off, wounded, and take a bit to die. But this is the second one I've done, which is just in the lung, and that's beyond 50 meters. I mean, was this happening before? Which I think it probably was, right? The Apex was probably doing this. I don't know. I was kind of surprised though. I didn't expect it to get a lung hit on the right lung. 65 meters too. I didn't expect him to drop instantly. So did this get a hidden buff? I don't know. Let me know on this one. Was that something to be expected? A single lung instant drop on a moose? Over 65 meters on the Apex? Oh, he is higher fit. 3 stars. He would have went 4 stars, but no biggie. We take them anyways. 651. Well, I don't want the video to go on forever. I just want to get a lot of stuff off my chest. I just want to make sure I covered everything there. So, yeah, before this, my main concern is, I had a nice happy prediction ahead. You know, the update being this Thursday and everything, and then this build drop, which just had an audio change to it. But not that one. It was like some kind of bug where if you heard the noises, it wasn't coming from the right direction or something like that. But some people are reporting, that some other sounds have changed. But this is what raised my concern. There was an undocumented change, a significant one, that we might be able to hear these bubbles out to 400 meters. And if it wasn't on purpose, they're going to have to do another build to fix this, which is going to push back the update again. Now, it's not only that. I can't really... Actually, maybe I will demonstrate that. I'll stop the hunt here. We're going to go back to the store just to show... I just need to look at something. Now, we're just going to take a look at something small here in the store. I want to know if it was just my game bugging out. Let's just take a look. If we pull up the collars... Where's my mouse? There it is. Yeah. Now, this might not appear in the video very well, but if you can... I don't know if you get the resolution up or something like that. The texture on the collar here, the Predator one, it's all blurred in low res. And I'm trying to figure out if that's... I think it's for all of them. Like, that looks pretty low res. Yeah, they all have logos and stuff, and you can't read them anymore. Like, this is super blurry. And this one seemed to crisp up, though. You see, it's going to be really hard to tell, but a change they made, at least I think they made, is when you click on an item, you'll get the low res load in, and then the high res pop in. Look, that one's coming in and out. Is that even as high res as it was before, though? But see how it was going from low res to high res? Like, the textures? This one, the Predator call, doesn't seem to come out of the low res. Come on, click out of there. Which I think... So that one, clearly you could see, I think they changed this. Even the low-res version that pops in seems even more low-res than before. This one seems... I don't know, is that as crisp as it was before? That's what I'm having trouble with. This one, they just changed the model and texture fully on it. I don't know what to make of it. Anyways, it's just little things. Like, these ones are working. But it's little things like this, right? Because... I don't know, did that creep in the last build? Because even these little things will make them do another developer branch build. Which, if you go off the assumption that they won't release the actual update to everybody until 1 week after the build, right? Or at least, they got to prove it's smooth before they release it. But if they need to fix those audio bubbles, and if they got to fix those textures in the store, just like little things like that, they had to do another dev build. And then if they do another dev build, what else is going to sneak in? So you sort of, I might be going in circles now, but you can sort of see where my concern is. It's just going to keep pushing back. So at some point they're going to have to you're gonna have to push this thing out. Just in my mind, because they're running into that, 2 months from now, they're gonna need the new map because I guess they can go into August, so 2.5 months. They got to do it before the first year apparently is up. So it's kind of that's just where my concern comes from. Anyways, I'll quit blabbing on there. I think I covered everything I wanted to know. I wanted to go over the predictions just because there is some exciting stuff coming to the game for sure. I wanted to cover the concerns because they're just new concerns. I didn't really have this sort of unease because every single dev build that, well, I guess there's only been 2, but I mean, if something creeps into every single dev build, I'm kind of concerned here. You can't fix a couple little things and introduce more problems, so you'll never get out of the dev build. But I wanted to express those concerns just because they are real concerns of mine, even though the game is fun and everything like that. Yeah, and I wanted to go over the predictions of Archery and the new Africa DLC map. Hopefully it's Africa anyways. But, I would, there's lots of other exciting places that we can go as well. Maybe Africa's for the map after the next one. Who knows? Alright, I think I will end the video here because I can just keep rambling over the same things over and over again. I'm going through my head. Does it all make sense? Is it coherent? How I put all that? But yeah, that's that. Look at that. There's 350 meter out call. That little solo elk that lives out there by the creek. So what do you think about that change? Do you think this is intended? Since we don't know. Actually, the community manager should, this is about the time he pops into the Discord. Maybe I can get a quick word on it. Looks like I just missed him. He was in the chat about 30 minutes ago. The community manager for the game here. One of them. Yeah, if I get an answer, what I'll do is I'll just pin it in the comment section to see if this is actually intended or not. See what he says anyways. Alright, something in the back of my head is saying I forgot to bring up something important, but oh well. Anyways, it's early in the morning here. My brain can't fully be working. But, alright. Let me know what you think about all that. I want to know if people think this is like an intended change, if it's a good change. And I know there is a generally accepted concern over the delay in the update, especially for console folks, just because it definitely has been quite some time. I don't know. Are we at 2.5 months now since? I don't even know, but it's been a long time. Anyways, I'm gonna cut the video off here just because I don't want this one to get like super long. And I don't think there's much exciting in this little herd sitting out here. So anyways, thanks a bunch for watching, guys. Let me know what you think about all that, and take care. Happy hunting.